We have a detour today from the National League as we visit the FA Cup first round. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 18 of One Team, One Dream Into the Woods. My name is James, and on today's episode we have back-to-back home games as we face struggling Yeovil in the Vanarama National League, followed by a first round FA Cup game against League One opposition in Swindon Town. Since you're last with me, we've had 4 matches and it's still going really well. So we had FC Halifax and Bromley as a massive last episode. We then followed that up with 2 more wins, 2-1 against Hartlepool, which was a surprising turnaround as Hartlepool had actually made the playoff final the previous year. We followed that up with a fairly straightforward 4-1 win in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round against Hereford. We're expecting a win there all day long. Disappointed actually to not have kept a clean sheet. The lack of clean sheets followed a little bit with the 2-2 draw away at Woking, and then followed that finally with a 0-0 draw against Solihull Moors. But if I'm honest, 2 draws away from home, still meaning that we've only lost once so far this season. I'm happy to carry that on, especially as even with those 2 draws, we are still 2 points at the top of the table. However, the table looks very different than it did last time. And it was definitely going to make some of the following episodes far more interesting than I was expecting to be. Chesterfield have managed to move up into 9th. Darlington have dropped out the picture altogether. Dulwich Hamlet have actually now come up into the playoffs as well, which makes the next episode, it's going to be those 2, very interesting. Notts County have gone from 1st to 6th. They are definitely on the downturn. Bromley have dropped off as well since we beat them. And Wrexham and Barnet are now up in the top 3. But as you can see, the team we face today, Yeovil, in the first game of today's episode, are struggling down in 21st. Very much in a relegation battle, even this early on in the season. So let's hope for a fairly straightforward game in the first match, and then the tough tie in the second match as we welcome Swindon Town, League One Swindon Town, to Meadow Park. So let's get into the first match of today's episode. And as we seem to start many episodes at the moment, we have many players out. So Femi is suspended for too many bookings. Thomas is suspended also for too many bookings. So I believe they're out for at least 1 game each. Yeah, they're out for just 1 game each. Robson's still out injured as well. Fagan, unfortunately, has picked up an injury in between the matches. So he's out for another, I believe, 3 days. So hopefully he'll be back in time for the Swindon Town game, which means we've had to make a few changes for today's match, but hopefully a team that should be good enough to get past Yeovil. And that is Hullard in goal, a back 4 of Angol, Fifield, Trekker and Daniel, McDonnell and Iqbal in central midfield, Watson, Lewis and Kuyar as the attacking midfield 3, with Colhurst up front. Colhurst has not too much pressure on him, but he has a game to himself here to really try and stake his claim in the squad. I had a conversation with him between the episodes where I said that his form wasn't very good. He took precedent to that and unfortunately got a little bit upset and is now a bit annoyed with me. But hopefully that won't affect his performance today and he can get back to scoring ways. And we have a highlight here on 90 minutes. We have a corner with McDonnell whipped into the centre, trying to find, I believe that was Colhurst, but Sandy manages to clear it. Watson, though, collects the loose ball and does very poorly. But the ball comes back into the centre. I'm not sure if that was from, I presume that was from the Yeovil defender. I'm not sure what they were doing, but Colhurst was quickest to react. Basically passed the ball, was given the freedom of the ball in the penalty area. So Watson has the ball here, loses it out. Patrick passes it back into the centre, no idea why, but back to Colhurst. Colhurst gladly collects the ball and slots it home for our first goal of the game. An absolute gift there from Yeovil Town. And almost straight away, a couple of minutes later, we have another highlight with a throw-in. McDonnell loses the ball, but only as far as Fifield. The ball is cleared yet again. Now Yeovil have the ball and are looking to bring it forward. With Dath, I believe that is. Patrick now has the ball. The guy who passed the ball into the centre, this time passing it into our penalty area. But the cross doesn't go anywhere and Huddard manages to collect it quite comfortably. Hoofs it forward, looking for Colhurst. Manages to find him. Colhurst got 4 men in front of him, but it doesn't matter. Colhurst just takes 1 touch to take the defender out of the picture. Into it, it gave him a little bit of space and he smashes it home for our second before the 30-minute mark. Yeovil have a throw in now, but it's whipped into the centre. The header is close, but skims the crossbar as it goes out for a goal kick. We have a free kick in their half. Angol with the ball to Watson. Watson in the centre to McDonnell. Back to Fifield. He can't find any space forward. Lewis now has the ball. Colehurst has come all the way back to try and collect the ball. Now with Kuyar, he has a man on the overlap. He manages to find him. Daniel with the ball now. Can he whip it into the centre? Goes for a run. Watson at the back post. I'm not sure how he managed that, but he sort of almost had to kind of swing his leg around the defenders to try and get to it. Determination to get there first. Definitely won there. Kuyar with the ball. Had Daniel on the overlap. Daniel puts on a little bit of speed into the penalty area, whips it across to Watson. Actually, Watson was in a lot more space than I thought he was the first time round. On the volley, puts it into the back of the net to make it 3-0 and really and truly put this game to bed, I'd say, just before half-time. As long as we don't completely fall apart in the second half, this should be a very comfortable win. I'm going to point the finger. Don't get complacent. I think that's the best thing to say going into the second half, because we are controlling this game at the moment. If we carry on the way we're going, we can score at least a few more in this game. We have a throw-in with Angol. Managed to find Watson. Back to Angol. Can he whip it into the centre? He does. Looking for Colehurst. Colehurst looking for his hat-trick. Fortunately, he puts it just over the bar. Keeper, though, looked like he had it covered anyway. And coming up to 70 minutes, let's make some changes, with obviously the Swindon Town game very much in our sights at this point. Right, let's take Kuyar off and bring on Billy Williams. I'm not going to take Colehurst off because he's on a hat-trick and playing very, very well, even though I'd like to rest him. Iqbal's looking complacent, so let's bring on Adebayi. See how those guys can affect the match. 5 minutes left to play of normal time. Angol with the throw into Watson. Gets the ball back, tries to put the cross in. Defender manages to block the cross though. As Yeovil look to try and clear it, but only as far as Daniel. Daniel puts it into McDonnell, who's is in loads of space really. Tries to bring it forward to the defender. Not sure why he didn't put the pass through, but Adebayi now has the loose ball. Back to McDonnell. To Angol. Angol, who's being marked. Again, this very suspect passing from McDonnell here, but we still have the ball. Back to Lewis from Watson. Now back to McDonnell. Can he make something more of it? To Williams. To Lewis. We're passing it very nicely in the penalty area. Williams, what a brilliant shot. Billy Williams from the 17-year-old into the penalty area. As cool as you like. Drags it past the goalkeeper into the far corner. 1-2 with Lewis. Then to Adebayi. Williams in the area. Just almost like a chip shot across the defender. And across the goalkeeper into the back of the net to make it 4. With only a few more minutes left to play. I think Lewis is struggling a little bit, so let's take Lewis off. Let's push Lewis forward. Let's bring on Banj. Where is he most comfortable? He's most comfortable as a poacher, so let's push him forward a little bit further. Play with a top 2 for the last few minutes of this match. And there we have it. Full-time whistle goes. Definitive win against Yeovil. 4-0. So, if I was to have a slight concern, it would be the number of shots that Yeovil had in that game. I mean, they'd only had 2 on target, but we both had 11 shots in that game. We were as much more clinical with our opportunities and scored 4 of the 5 shots that we had on target. But I am going to outstretch my arms, say very pleased with the performance. Hopefully a confidence booster going into what is going to be a very tough tie. Don't expect to win against Swindon. All I expect is the guys to go out there, give it their best. And if we catch Swindon on a bad day, we can possibly get a fantastic result that might put us through to the second round of the FA Cup. But the only thing I can expect is hopefully to have a fully fit team by the end of it. Any injuries we sustain in this match is going to be obviously a big blow going into the Christmas period. I'm going to say to Colehurst, he was very good in front of goal, as I wanted him to be, back in the goals again. So we are on Saturday. We've got just under a week. Now we've got till the Friday game. I believe we're on the Friday because we are also on television as well. So I will move through till that match. Right, it's FA Cup match day and we are home against Swindon Town in front of what is apparently going to be one of our best attendances of the season. 2,900 tickets have so far been sold. So hopefully hopefully the players are going to play up to the large crowd. We also have Fagan back. He is on the bench along with Femi, but I'm keeping the side the same as it was in the previous match. The only difference being we're going into this with a balanced mentality. My assistant manager recommended a cautious mentality, but as much as as much as that might give us the best opportunity to stop Swindon from scoring, I still want to give us a good chance at being able to score as well. Maybe try and nick a goal and give ourselves a chance in this game. So I'm going to point the finger and say, go out there and carry on from where you did in the last match. I don't expect that in a million years, but hopefully it'll give them the confidence to remember what they can do when they put their minds to it, and see if we can try and get at least one against Swindon. And here we are coming out to Meadow Park, a much fuller Meadow Park than it normally looks, on a Friday night under the lights. Hopefully our players don't get stage fright and are able to play up to the occasion and play in front of what is going to be, what I said, one of our biggest crowds of the season. But straight away Swindon have a corner whipped into the centre. Luckily the free header is wide of the post. Otherwise that was very much looking like Swindon going ahead there. But with 20 minutes gone, we're pretty even, if I'm honest. Well, that was a very quick first half. Coming in at half time, nothing really happened. Both teams have only had one shot each. It's 50-50 in terms of possession. I am half tempted to go out with a positive mentality in the second half, but I also want to stay quite secure at the back. So let's go with my assistant manager. Let's pump the fists. It's a great opportunity to show everyone who's given them plaudits that they deserve them. But Swindon have a throw in here very quickly in the second half. Tricker manages to clear the cross, but Swindon still have the ball. Shot from range. Huddard though is matched to it. Manages to dive to his right hand side to collect the ball. Huddard now has the ball. We know what he can do from long range, and he hoofs it forward looking for Colehurst, but there's three men around Colehurst. Colehurst is completely swamped. Swindon are now counter-attacking. Ball into the penalty area, tripped into the centre. The first shot and second shot both deflected by our defenders, and the ball was put out for a throw-in. Right, we're only 50 minutes in, but I think I'm going to make a little bit of a change. That last highlight really showed something to me, and that is that Colehurst is isolated by himself up front. So let's put Fagan up there as well. Let's switch these guys over. Colehurst can drop back a little bit into the more of the deep lying forward position. He's dropping back a little bit further, so he's in this position here. And let's change Iqbal's position as well to a playmaker role, so he can now come into this area here, and hopefully he can then fill the gap that Lewis has left behind. And fingers crossed, this will give us more of an opportunity, especially if Huddard is going to be hoofing the ball forward as he has done so far in this game. I think we could also do as well, let's encourage them. Let's go positive. Why not? Let's go positive. Let's see if we're going to go down. If we're going to lose, let's go down swinging. But straight away, Angol has the ball. 1-2 with Thomas. Fortunately, his cross is deflected to McDonnell, to Iqbal. Doesn't have anybody in front of him, so goes back to Fifield. Fifield chips the ball forward, looking for Fagan, can't find him, but Thomas manages to collect the loose ball. No one's moving there. Fagan now has the loose ball out wide. Can he chip it into the centre, looking for Colehurst. Colehurst is unfortunately still being marked, but this is looking very promising. Daniel now with the ball. Went on a little bit of a run, took a shot from range. Unfortunately, it was straight at the Swindon Town goalkeeper, and nothing more comes of that. Swindon have a corner, whipped into the centre. There it is. I'm disappointed that it came from a set piece. That is really frustrating. I felt the way this was going that we were going to be able to get something from this game. I don't want to see the replay. But let's go positive. Let's demand more. The game's not over yet. But Swindon do have the ball yet again. Chipped into the centre. Yates tries to find his man but can't. Kuyar manages to cut the ball. Colehurst has done his man into the penalty area. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Chips it over the keeper into the back of the net. And almost straight away we react to their goal with our own. Bringing it back to a 1-1 draw. Equalising not minutes later. Fagan with a slight flick on. Colehurst goes round his man into the penalty area. Cool as you like. Chips it over the diving goalkeeper into the back of the net. And giving us the lifeline to stay in this match. And hopefully the momentum switch now to allow us to go on. And surely we can get a second goal now. We have a throw in their half. Angol with the ball. Oh, it was Daniel, sorry, it's the wrong side. Kuyar manages to get the ball away from the defender, into the penalty area. Colehurst with the ball, past the defender for number 2. And with 5 minutes to go, we have gone ahead against League 1 Swindon Town. This is crazy. Daniel with the throw-in, defender misses the ball. Kuyar collects it, slots it through to Colehurst, who chips into the back of the net for his 10th goal of the season to put us 2-1 up against Swindon. I'm going to stay attacking. I don't want to drop off just in case. We have 3 minutes left of added time. Huddard with the goal kick. Is he going to go long? Chips it forward, looking for Kuyar. Managed to find Kuyar. Colehurst in the penalty, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Can he get his hat-trick? He hits the post. That surely would have put this game on ice, but I don't think it matters. Time is up. What a turnaround. What a second half. Fagan coming on 5 minutes into the second half and making the difference, really. 2 very quick goals. I mean, it was really in the last kind of 10 minutes that we started to pick it up. It was actually within a 10-minute spell the whole thing happened. What a result. Outstretched arms. Well done, lads. We get the surprising result there. We've got a tunnel interview after the match. Sensational turnaround and fantastic victory. Definitely the level of spirit in the dressing room. Colehurst's dramatic late goal, something for him to savour. It's what football's all about. What a win. And in the most surprising of results, I mean, that has definitely got to go down as a giant killing. We go into the second round hat in front of 3,000 plus fans. Not sure what the breakdown would be in terms of Swindon to Boreham Wood fans. But I'm sure the Boreham Wood fans absolutely love it. Their manager feels he was robbed. I mean, I'm not gonna lie there. You better got to look back at the stats because it was fairly even in that game. We received £36,000. That's going to go a long way, especially as we've been in debt a lot this season. So those gate receipts plus the prize money definitely goes a long way to try and get us out of our overdraft. Colehurst with another 2 goals. Let's praise him again. Do we know when the draw is? FA Cup round draw is on Monday. I'm going to breeze through to Monday. Let's have a look at the second round draw to see who we can have in a future episode. So here we have the FA Cup second round draw. One thing that did happen in between the 2 clips is that we've had 3 of our players, Angol, Daniel, and I can't remember. I think I must have the. Here it is. So we have Angol, Daniel and Iqbal have all been called up to their respective international teams, which is very cool that even at an Vanarama national level. So Angol has been called up to Antigua and Barbuda. Daniel has been called up to Nigeria. And Iqbal has been called up to Iraq. It does mean we've had our next game against Maidenhead postponed, or we've also we requested to have it postponed. So we've put a friendly in place against Boston to make sure the guys don't have any match rust going into the next couple of games. But here it is, the FA Cup second round, and what I'm going to do is going to keep clicking through until we get us come up. Hopefully, it will be either another home tie or it'll be I'll take a big away tie at this point. See if we can try and make some money from sharing gate receipts. Here we have, so we are home yet again. Do we have, we've got Hartlepool. We know we've beaten them this season. Halifax. We've got a couple of Vanarama National League teams left in here. And we are going to face League 1 Coventry. So we've got another massive game. Hopefully get another big gate from that as well. And you never know, how are Coventry getting on? Yeah, they are 3rd in League 1. Swindon in the relegation. Yeah, we are getting absolutely battered in that game, aren't we? That gives me some food for thought whether I even show that on an episode. So let's draw all the teams. I'll jump forward one. Let's see where that game sits in the fixtures. So the Dulwich Hamlet game has been rearranged. I think this is what it's going to be. I think we're going to have Coventry and Chesterfield. And if somehow, some way we get past Coventry, we'll do the FA Cup and Dulwich Hamlet. And then we'll play it by ear as we go through the rest of the season. So we have another double win episode, and what a double win episode it was, with a massive, massive win against Swindon. And if you enjoyed that, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of brand new FM21 videos from me as they come out. And thank you very much for watching.